All right, ready?
Yep.
All right, on today's episode, I welcome on David Farber. He is a junior at Moses Brown where he plays quarterback for their football team, and he is a javelin thrower for the track and field team. David, how are you today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing really well. How are you holding up during these COVID times?
Pretty good. I've been trying to get into my workouts throughout the days and take every day at one step at a time.
That's good. That's good. Is there anything that you're doing for the workouts to keep yourself occupied? You're able to go to gyms, or you're just doing stuff on your own?
Yeah. So I live in Massachusetts, so the gyms are still open right now. So I'm able to. I just got a workout in before I got on too, and that's really good because I'm able to work out twice a week, and then I get to do my football workouts too.
That's awesome.
Throwing.
That's really cool. Are you where are you throwing? Are you throwing at like a field or working out with someone or?
Usually it's at a field, and then just on my own or with some receivers, and then I'll be able to go with my coach every so often.
That's
And
cool. That's
private.
that's really cool. Before we get into like your career right now at Moses Brown and everything that's going on with you, I want to know what age did you really get into football or wanted to start playing football?
Um, let's see, probably. So I started with flag football originally, and that was like sixth grade. I want to say 12, 13, around that age. So I didn't start too young, but I used to always throw the football around just in general. So I probably at a very young age, I was always throwing the ball or throwing anything around because I always knew I had a good arm. So I was just throwing that.
That's really cool. Is that how you knew you wanted to be a quarterback?
Yeah, I would always throw the football with my dad, and then he's a big part of why I played quarterback too, because he had a big arm too, because he threw a shot in high school and discus too. He's a state champion, so that's also why I throw discus and jab too. I want to get the track.
Wow. So if it's all in the family genes, damn.
Yeah.
That's really good. When you play quarterback, like how did you first get into that position and what was like one of the biggest like learning curves being a quarterback?
So I started in flag, as I said, sixth grade, and like through middle school, I played flag football. I never played tackle until freshman year. So I obviously played quarterback first, and then that was mainly because I had a big arm, and I had probably the biggest arm in the town at the time. So I used to usually just throw the ball up because I didn't really understand anything. It's just flag football, so you're young, you don't really understand the game as well as you do right now, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was probably the biggest learning curve, is like actually understanding you can't just throw it down the field every single play. You gotta like take the short stuff, hand the ball off sometimes, run the ball yourself. That's probably the biggest learning curve.
It's interesting. It's like playing backyard football when you just, have
Yeah.
one friend that can toss it up for like a mile. So you must have been everyone's first pick if you guys played pickup football with your friends, huh?
Yeah. They would want me to just throw it as far as I could. I was like, and then I started to actually learn because I was watching some NFL games, and I was like, hey, they're not throwing the ball down the field every single play. They're like taking their short stuff. So I was like, I don't want to throw this deep ball every single play. Plus, my arm started to hurt. So it's like, you gotta take short stuff sometimes.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. That's definitely understandable. That's good on your end too that you were able to pick up with that in the NFL game, watching some film and picking up that like, hey, these quarterbacks are not just throwing absolute
Bomb.
bombs, yeah, down the
Yeah.
field all the
Hail
time.
Marys the whole time.
Yeah, there's no time. Was there ever a quarterback that you really idolized growing up that kind of really made you solidify that you really want to play this position more?
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers probably the most. I love it. I love his like mechanics and how he just throws the ball. He just can flick it as the best. He's probably the best out there. Like him and Pat Mahomes are probably the top guys at
Yeah,
throwing the football at least.
yeah, those guys are absolutely like two amazing quarterbacks that the NFL is lucky to have in their league. Now, is Green Bay your favorite team or the Chiefs?
Yeah,
All right.
I'm a big Green Bay fan. That's why. So I'm hoping we can get to the Super Bowl this year.
That'd be great if
Yeah,
you guys could. Hopefully, I mean they have Green Bay. I feel like Aaron Rodgers showing out after they draft the young quarterback.
yeah. They drafted Jordan Love and a running back, AJ Dillon from Boston College. Actually, he went
Yeah,
to Massachusetts. I read a lot about him. But and then so Aaron Rodgers has like 36 touchdowns now apparently.
does he really? I didn't even
Yeah, and
know
then
that.
this year only, and he still has 5 games left. I'm pretty sure, and then he has like 50,000 yards passing now, and in his career, it's amazing.
He's
That's why I idolize him.
Yeah, I don't blame him. He's a beast. He's such a great quarterback. He's like one of those.
And he's smart too. Like if you ever watch like his Pat McAfee, I forget who it was. I think it's Pat McAfee's interviews of him. Like he can just dissect the entire defense in like 2 seconds. It's amazing.
Really, I have to watch that. That's really cool.
He knows like every single play from his whole career. It's amazing.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Do you know every single play from your whole career? Yeah.
Probably not. That's a hard thing to do. Know like every single play. And I mean, I can know like playbook maybe, but
yeah.
As I should. But like every single play your whole career that you've ever thrown. I mean, probably not every throw, but like he knows all the big plays at least.
Yeah. He's just
like, and he knows exactly what he did on every single play.
That's crazy. So that's kind of like, it was like, well, like who was it? Like LeBron or someone recently did that where they asked them something and he just completely broke the game down in like a matter.
I mean, that's what the greats probably do.
Yeah.
They just know every single thing about the game. They've been playing it so long, so they just know.
Yeah, it just comes to them naturally. Like, oh yeah, this could happen. This could happen. But that's cool. That's really cool. I have to watch that video of Aaron Rodgers, and I think Aaron Rodgers is great. Someone to idolize. That's a great quarterback to idolize, and that's awesome. And hopefully they do win a Super Bowl for you.
Yeah,
I'll have to tell you a story after this when we're done with the interview about someone that I know that played for the Green Bay Packers and played with them. So I'll talk to you.
Yeah,
I'll tell you about that afterwards. And then now, what has your time been like at Moses Brown?
Yeah, so I started last year at Moses Brown my sophomore year, and I came in and I played football obviously, and I didn't get to do javelin in the spring because the corona came up, and then I was obviously like the hardest thing I felt like was just academics wise, because it was like completely different from public school. So it's like everything's on you to know exactly what you're doing, and it's not like teachers are gonna help you. I mean, they help you a lot, but like it's like a completely different standard from public school, I feel like. So adjusting to that was probably the biggest part. And I think I'm doing way better at it now, trying to adjust to it and all the workload, which feels good.
That's really good. That's good that you're able to make that adjustment. And it sounds like academics are a big part of who you are as well too, and what you like to do. Is there like a favorite class that you have right now, or something that you really enjoy the most?
Right now it's probably pre-calc or physics right now, because I'm into those classes right now because it's more like realistic stuff, common sense kind of stuff, and I like that kind of aspect of the school when you can just like think about something and you don't have to like memorize anything.
That's awesome. That's really cool that you like those courses. And is that something you see yourself like majoring in maybe down the line or something?
Yeah, I was planning on majoring in engineering, hopefully.
That's great.
So that's why I'm into physics a lot.
That's awesome. That's a great career. Definitely a great career path to go down for engineering. And yeah, physics. You're just obviously a really smart kid. Yes, physics is. Yeah. It sounds like I heard some people say it's tough, and some people
I mean, sometimes it's a struggle to like understand it sometimes, but if you like once you understand it, like you'll understand it. I feel like.
You might have to give me a lesson. I don't know. Yeah. It's been a little while for me, but
I'm no expert yet, but I'm getting there. My teacher's getting me there.
That's good. That's really good. And that's great that academics are a big part of what you like to do besides the football aspect of everything.
Yeah, I mean, they have to be at Moses Brown, especially. Yeah. I feel like every kid, like I'm getting better just being next to all these kids at Moses Brown, because all of them have like 4.0 GPAs and they're really smart. Most of them end up going Ivy League school. So it pushes me even harder to that next level to get to where they are as an athlete too, dealing with everything. Like, plus it's like I have to make my whole day around academics too and athletics. So I'm like scheduling everything through. So I'm trying to get everything done while they're just, I mean, it's probably harder for them because they're also honors classes, but they're trying to like, they can just do all their homework at once. I have to do have athletics and academics at the same time. So I feel like it's a bigger load for some athletes too, student athletes.
Yeah, it definitely is. Is there something that like a study habit that you had picked up that is helping you through the process of like between school and being an athletics and being a quarterback and memorizing your playbook on top of that as well too.
Yeah, I think it's kind of hard to do both kind of sometimes. I feel like, but if you can do like, because I have a lot of free periods in school too right now, so I'm able to do my homework during the free periods, which is really good for me. And it helps me so that I don't have to do it after school when I'm on the bus or when I'm at home. So I think that's probably the best part, just doing it during free periods.
That's good. That's good time management skills for
Yeah.
someone at your age, and understanding that it's better to get it done when you have the time to get it done before you're on a bus to go to a game or practice or anything like that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And now, is there anything like a favorite game that stuck out to you last year when you played at Moses Brown?
What do you mean?
Like, did you have like a favorite game that you played in?
Probably not. I
No.
wouldn't say. I think I liked all the games. They're pretty fun.
Oh, that's good. That's really good. Do you have any pregame rituals or superstitions?
Not really. I usually just play the game. I just try and do my best.
That's good.
I just think to myself and just say, don't just do it. Do everything to your best capability.
That's really good. That's
try and win.
Yeah, if you got to go out.
I mean, I might add something new this year. I don't know.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Try and because I'm trying to have a really successful year this year for the team, especially.
That's the most important thing. I think it sounds like a big team guy thing to say too, that you have to, you definitely have to do that as well. Is like anything that you're looking forward to on the outlook of the current season that's coming up?
Yeah, I think we have a team that can definitely make it to the Super Bowl and possibly win it. But I mean, that's all willing with the Corona stuff, and that's also willing that we can actually get on the field and we can show what we can do. Because no one thinks we're going to win anything this year. I feel like we're the biggest underdogs probably in Division II, especially with our numbers. We're probably the biggest underdogs, and I think that like with our coaching staff and like all our speed that we have on the team, we can definitely get something done at least.
That's awesome. That's great. I hope it happens for you guys. I hope you make that.
Plus, I mean, it would be huge for my recruiting too, to say that I could win a Super Bowl or a championship. That'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be really great. And do it maybe at your junior year.
Yeah.
School, and then maybe go into a senior year and hopefully make it back to back. That'd be really great. Now, is there a position besides quarterback that you would like to play, that like, or would you like to try out one day just for the heck of it?
Sometimes I like playing receiver because it's just like catching the ball and you can like feel how it is for the quarterback. I mean, for the receiver, because sometimes I feel like a receiver doesn't catch a ball right, and then you're like, oh, come on, you should have caught that ball, and then you try and catch the ball, and then you just cannot catch the ball. It's completely different.
That's understandable. It's a different point of view. Like, that's good that you put yourself in your receiver's shoes.
Yeah.
That's a really smart move on your behalf to, get in with your receivers and everything like that.
Cause like, I'll try and catch the ball. I mean, I cannot catch the ball like that. Like some of my receivers, I mean, or any receivers, to be honest. A lot of these receivers, I mean, they're playing receiver for a reason. If they couldn't catch, they would probably be on the line, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Good.
Hey, they make some great catches out there, one-handed. I've seen some catches. I saw some of the videos on YouTube. Some kids making one-handed catches that you were throwing to them.
Yeah,
it's
pretty good.
It's wild. It's wild. It's got to be nice to have those assets too, right?
Exactly. Having someone like 6'2", especially if you can throw to someone over 6 feet, that's amazing too. And then if you have someone, even if they're shorter than 6 foot, I mean, then they're fast. They're going to be speedy and get open. I mean,
so
either way, they're going to be good.
So on a line, like now, would you prefer a slot receiver to be shorter, so like someone that can like run the slot, and would you prefer like a taller receiver to go out deep?
I never really thought of that. I think it's a little bit of you have to have a little bit of a mix. Like you can't have someone too short. You can't have someone too tall, because I mean, then you'll be at a disadvantage when they're trying to run against someone else in the defense. I think probably I'd prefer someone faster in the slot and then someone just big and tall in the outside, probably, because then you can get jump balls in the back of the end zone for the outside guy, and then the inside guy can run a lot of speed outs and corners, and they can burn the defender probably.
Yeah. But yeah, that's a good way to think about it. I don't know much about football, to be honest with you. I only know like Madden and stuff. So this is a lesson to me as well too, because I'm learning. Is there a favorite play that you, or a favorite throw that you like to make?
Everyone wants to say the go ball or the post, but I mean, sometimes I like the slant. I think I like it. I'm a big slant guy.
Yeah.
And maybe the comeback too. Because the slant, especially, like, it's just coming right across. If you hit him in stride, like, he's going to be gone. And that's kind of the same with the post too. That's why I like the post, obviously. And like anything that you can hit someone in stride and you can throw it perfect. If you can throw it perfectly, they're going to probably get at least a lot of yards from it, maybe even a score.
That's awesome. That's great. I use the slant all the time when I play NCAA football 2013. So that's what I go with.
You don't want your quarterback throwing it all the way behind the receiver, then he's not going to be able to run.
Yeah. I can't have that when I'm on my way to a national championship in NCAA football. Yeah. So now I got another question for you. What was your experience at the Elite 11 camps?
Yeah, so I went this past. It was like a month ago in November, and then so I went to that, and I got to compete against a lot of the best quarterbacks in the nation. A lot of them from this northeast and southeast area, and it was in Virginia, and I got to compete with a lot of. There's a lot of great coaches there too that coached me up, and I got to meet a lot of. They played at the highest level too. A lot of them, most in the NFL and college, so it was really good.
That's really cool. Where was that?
So it was in Virginia Beach.
Nice.
Yeah, and then so I got to drive down there because I didn't want to go on the plane, so I just drove down with my parents, and so my dad was talking to me the whole week about, you gotta be perfect for this. You gotta, like, he's trying to remind me of everything that I've learned, that, like, trying to keep me on task, keep me on the right path, so I don't like overthink anything, so I don't miss any throws, so I can just stay focused and have some fun.
That's awesome. That's really cool. And what was it like to throw balls to these other great players across the nation? And
so there was a lot of great receivers too, as you just said. There's a lot of Division I guys too that they caught everything almost. And how they run the routes is just so fast across the middle and everything like that. It's completely different from anything I've ever thrown to, probably.
That's really cool. Now, is there any other quarterbacks that you met down there that you guys kind of learned stuff from each other, that were other kids that were there?
There's a couple 3 and 4 star guys with a lot of offers, but I don't think I really learned too much from them. I felt like some of them get a lot of exposure too, and I feel like if I got that exposure too, I probably would get the same rankings too. But you never know what can happen at those camps. That's why I went, so I can get some exposure, which I ended up getting too, which was great.
That's awesome. That's really cool. That's great for you and great for upcoming things coming your way, and boosts that recruitment up a little bit, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's really cool. Now tell me about your track and field, because you're also really great, you throw javelin and discus, right?
Yeah. So I throw javelin and discus, and my freshman year I was competed at the National Olympics, the national it was before the Junior Olympics. It was the national freshman javelin, and I got second there, and I threw 147 feet there.
Holy crap.
Which is pretty good, yeah.
That's really good.
As a freshman, yeah.
147 feet.
Yeah. So, and then my PR was 154, which was later that summer in my freshman year. And then that was going into my sophomore year. And then, so I went to, where is it? New York or New Jersey. And I got first place there in the region with a throw of 154.
Wow. That's crazy. Where was nationals?
The nationals, the New Balance nationals, was down in North Carolina or South Carolina, one of them. And I was competing with a couple really good javelin throwers too. I think they're throwing I think they're nationally ranked too, now at least. going into the junior year because they've been throwing. I haven't been throwing too much right now, but I have to get back into the swing of it. I thought it was good to give my arm a little break though.
Yeah,
So it doesn't get sore. So
that's understandable. You definitely need that break from throwing. It sounds like you're throwing a football far, you're throwing a javelin crazy far as well too. You definitely need to get that armor.
And then I'm throwing the discus too. I was throwing the discus this past summer, going into my this past summer going into my junior year, and I was throwing 142, 145 around that consistently at least.
So is that I'm assuming that's really good, right?
Yeah. So as a freshman, I threw like 100 feet, which was not too good.
Yeah.
I mean, as a freshman, that's okay, but you want to get up to like at least like the nationals is probably like the national standard is 162, I think, to get into the nationals. And then if you want to get to the like highest level of nationals, it's like 182. So there's 3 ranks. So as a freshman, I threw 140 in javelin. That was the standard to get into the nationals. Okay. And then the highest level was like 180 in javelin. So I'm not too far off. So I'm trying to get there.
Wow. That's
next
awesome.
year. Yeah.
So you're like all 2-sport, great athlete. Yeah. And these 2 things.
Hopefully I can get a scholarship for both and I can actually play in college to participate.
That would be really cool. It sounds like you're on your way for sure. Is there something like when you throw, is there a difference like with the javelin and throwing a football? Do you feel like that like affects you or like helps you with either sport?
I feel like sometimes it doesn't help in a way, but I think for sure it does. I think with my hip rotation, it definitely helps in both sports because discus, I can get a lot of twist and spin into it and it gets my hips into it. And same with javelin, all of them use your hips a lot and your legs. So that's good in a way, but I feel like sometimes football is a little bit more turning, whereas javelin's completely linear. Football, you still want to stay linear, but it's just sometimes it can interfere with each one.
Oh yeah. All right.
Like you don't want to throw a football on the same day you throw a javelin, I'd say.
Okay. That makes sense. that
makes, keep it separate.
Try to keep it separate. All right, that makes sense. So that's interesting. That's very interesting. I that's really cool, man. I feel like you're one hell of an athlete. You got so much going for you in like both track and field and football. It sounds like you just got like a rocket cannon arm and that you're blessed between like, you're saying your father had, a nice arm too, right? And
my whole family actually. I think my uncle played in at UMass Amherst too for discus and shot put.
Wow. So it just runs in the family.
I think he has like a freshman record or something like that as a freshman.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So does your grandfather too? Did he have one?
I don't think he played. No.
Yeah, he didn't play. Oh wow.
But he did a lot more. He was just on his own athletics. Like he did handball and racquetball. He did that kind of stuff. He was an athlete a lot too. He was a big athlete. He was huge too. My whole family's huge. Like over 6'2".
How tall are you?
Right now I'm 5'11" right now. So I'm trying to grow into that 6'2" frame at least.
You're getting there. Yeah. A few more inches. You got plenty of time. So your whole family's like 6'2".
Yeah, huge guys.
Oh my God. So it just sounds like
tanks. It's great that I come from that family at least.
Yeah. I didn't get so lucky.
Got those genes. Yeah.
5'8". Short. Yeah. Trying to be a basketball player with this frame doesn't really go very well. But that's awesome, man. That you just sound like you got so much going for you at such like you're only
I'm only 16 right now.
Yeah, you're only 16. It's wild. That's crazy. I can't imagine the roller coaster you're on right now and everything that you're doing. And it just sounds awesome. I definitely want to come to like a Moses Brown football game and let you play quarterback because it seems like it just sounds exciting. I'm excited for your guys' season coming up.
Yeah.
Do you have like is there stuff outside of football that you like to do?
When I was young, I used to play with Legos a lot, and I still do kind of play with Legos. It's a good habit because I'm into engineering, so I like building sometimes too.
I was gonna say it's a very engineering answer.
Yeah.
To say my
I I use the Legos I use them for everyday things usually too. Like I'll try and make something that like if I need something in the day and I'll be like, oh, I can make this out of Legos. And it's just fun to do it. I just like doing it.
That's really cool. What's the one thing that you recently that you made out of Legos?
Actually, I have it right here. So I had it's like a little case for a PC. So it's like a Raspberry Pi. So I bought that and I was trying to use it as a PC kind of because my PC started breaking down. And then so I used that and then I tried to make like a case because I thought it would need a little case for it. It would look kind of better. So I got a bunch of Legos and I just put it together and made a case.
That's so cool. That's
Yeah.
really cool. Now, is a Raspberry Pi is that like something you can play video games on too, right? Or...
Yeah, you can play like a bunch of video games too, but I was just using it for because my dad, his laptop also stopped working, so we kind of use it like as a home computer sometimes.
Wow.
So I thought it was good, and it's only like $30 too, so it's such a good deal.
That's a really good deal. I might have to go find one. That's
yeah. I mean, it's not like a real PC, but it's like you can go on the internet, you can send mail. It's basically like a Chromebook kind of a little bit.
That's cool. That's really cool. That's awesome that you do that and build Legos and use
I'm very into technology too. I like that stuff, that kind of stuff. Like I'll take apart like a tablet or my laptop sometimes.
Really?
Yeah. I took apart my laptop the other day because my battery stopped working, so I just tried to fix it and it started working again.
Wow. All right. I know who to go to now for my computer issues.
Not everything. I still got some stuff to learn, obviously, but yeah.
Hey, that's all right. That's still really cool. That's like sounds like you're just really into like engineering and like learning new things and trying out trying to make things work. That's
doing things with my hands for sure.
Yeah, very handy of you. Very, very handy of you.
Yeah.
Do you have favorite food?
Probably sushi or pizza, I'd say.
Good choices. Favorite sushi?
Yeah. I forget what it's called. I think it's either tuna maki or salmon maki.
Okay. All right.
Those ones, yeah.
And then what about your favorite pizza topping?
Just cheese, plain cheese. That's it.
Cheese guy. All right.
Not a big topping guy. Maybe olives. That's maybe the only thing.
Olives. All right. That's an interesting one. And now what about favorite music?
Probably Eminem. Sometimes I used to listen to him a lot. Now I've kind of went to Juice WRLD too. I listen to him sometimes, and a lot of artists. I just flow around. I don't really stick to one artist.
Yeah, depends on like who's good or what good song that comes out during that time, or try something different.
Yeah, usually it's the new songs that I like to just taste them. I like to see what they sound like.
Nice, that's awesome. And now, do you have another? I know we talked about your favorite football team. Do you have like a favorite NBA, or do you watch any other sports outside of football?
No, I don't really watch that much other sports. Maybe like Javelin I'll watch sometimes, obviously. But
yeah, that makes sense.
Like the Olympics.
That's cool. That's really cool. Hopefully, have the Olympics too this summer and
2021.
That'd be really cool. That's all I got, David, for all the questions for you today. Do you have any questions for me before we end it or anything like that?
Yeah. Can I just say a little bit about my grandpa?
Yeah, go ahead.
Possibly, because he just passed away this weekend.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm really sorry.
Yeah. I just wanted to say like he could throw a ball. Like another thing about how I got the genes, he could throw like a football like 60 yards behind his back. That's what my dad always told me.
Behind his back?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys are all just.
He's just an athlete too. Yeah.
Your father's just a heck of an athlete as well too. Man, well, I'm sorry to hear about your grandfather, but
thanks.
That's really cool that your grandfather was able to do that. And that's tough times in that sense. But it sounds like you guys got a great genetics from a great man, and everything that you guys are doing. I'm sure he's very proud of you now.
Yeah. He's looking up. He's looking down upon me.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's still
watching everything.
Yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, definitely.
Got impressed.
Definitely. Well, thank you, David, so much for coming on the show. I really appreciate it. And, can't wait to have you back on. We got to get you back on once the season gets going and
Yeah.
talk some football. Maybe even before the Super Bowl. I need a football guy to help me out with some stuff. So
Yeah.
definitely gonna have to have you come on football. You taught me some things I don't even know about football. I just play Madden sometimes or NCAA
Yeah.
football.
It's pretty similar. It's almost
Yeah,
the same.
yeah. I may have to call you too for some plays if I'm in NCAA in a tight game in NCAA football. Might have to ask you for some help. But I appreciate it, man. You're great. There's so many great things going your way at such a young age. Being 16 years old, you have a hell of a career ahead of you and great things coming your way. And you're just a smart kid and a great kid with great things going for you. So thank you for your time. And I'm lucky to have you on the show.
Yeah. Thank you.
No problem. Anytime. You have a good one. All right.
Yeah. You too.
All right. Thanks.